My other Dalton video, I mentioned I was doing a knife trade. I sent out my Relic 2, and in return I got 5 other knives. I got 2 drifter models, this blue one and this wooden scaled one. I got a second Minuteman, a Persian, and I believe this is called the Militia. I could be incorrect on that. It may be the 07. I'll have to do some digging to figure that out. There's not very many Rob Dalton videos out there. So this one is just like my red model. Exact same, just blue G10. That red one is one of my favorites. So seeing a blue model, I was totally stoked to get it. I'm not a fan of recurves, not in the least. I don't like the way they cut. I don't like the way they look. I don't like sharpening them. There's not much about a recurve that I do like. When I saw this model, I wasn't too thrilled about it. However, it is a drifter, and this is my favorite locking mechanism. I just love how this actuates. I love how it works. Seeing another model available, if I'm able to get it, I'm going to snap it up, regardless of what the blade is. Let me take that back. I won't do serrations. I wasn't expecting to dig this knife. However, getting it in hand, my whole perspective on it changed. There's jimping along the frame here that is really aggressive and really purposeful. When you put that in your hand, you just lock in. This thing is ready to go to work. I like this a whole lot more than I thought I was. I'm contemplating putting an edge on this and actually taking this and using it. I don't know yet because this model is so difficult to come by. I wouldn't mind keeping it as is. At the same time, man, I love to carry this. I'd love to carry and use it. In that spirit, I got a second Minuteman. The reason I got a second one was so I could use it. Now this one looks like it's a little more used than the one I previously had. The colors aren't as bright. It's not quite as snappy. You can see some track marks where the blade has ridden along the handle, which would probably buff out if I tried, but I'm not sweating that because I'm going to use this one. Got a Persian along with the others. Super snappy knife. It's got RD backwards engraved on the tang of the knife and USA on the other side. It's got about a 3-inch cutting edge, about a 3.5-inch blade. You got a lot of material here that is unsharpened. I'm not sure why he made it this way. I think this actually rests against the inside of the frame to prevent the blade from smacking into it. I'm not sure what these scale materials are. They sit a little proud of the aluminum chassis. Kind of like an old 90s model. That's what it really reminds me of. My girlfriend really liked the way this one looked when she saw it, but when she got it in hand, she wasn't too keen on it. I, on the other hand, really liked it. I think it's a perfect size for EDC carry. Like I said, this one I'm not sure of the name of. I think it's a Militia, but I'll have to do some research and find out. Extremely light knife. This thing weighs nothing. I wish I had a scale. This is probably as light or lighter than a Benchmade 940, and it's got a pretty big blade on it. It's got about a 4-inch blade on it. Now there's a little rattle due to this backspacer. It's not quite flush with the handles. I've got that same problem on my MTF. You can hear it rattle. This little stop pin backspacer just spins. It's really loose. The mechanism on this one is unique, kind of like the Drifter series. The plunge moves left to right, and there is a bar that rests on the back of the blade tang. that pins the blade against the stop pin and that little bar, and that's your lockup. Pretty clever, pretty cool. It's got Dalton engraved on the frame, 0047, and then Dalton on the other side underneath the pocket clip. All of these came with his standard pocket clip. It's just a little titanium clip. At least I think they're titanium. So this is my full Dalton collection. I'm not done yet. There's still a few models out there I'd like to get my hands on. They're just so damn hard to come by. Arizona Custom Knives is one place you can look to pick them up. Forums and just word of mouth. Those are really the best ways to find his models. When you do find them and it's one you want, I highly suggest you grab it, because getting a second chance at them are really hard. Really hard. Well guys, I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them below. Y'all have a good one.